What happens when a dated home meets a clear vision and the right team to bring it to life?
My name is Jamie Blomquist. I'm the interior designer and owner of Jamie Blomquist Interiors.
I'm Kevin Crusalot, CKA Construction, owner and builder.
We've known each other for a long time, so we've worked together on other projects.
Automatically, I went to Jamie. You know, we need to keep projects really at a high-speed pace, and she's definitely able to handle it.
And it's not just getting along, it's creating a phenomenal end product.
We step inside an amazing transformation where design and build worked in harmony on today's SoFlo home project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. Today we're touring a modern and luxurious home. And this project is about more than just the finished product. It's about when the designer and the builder are aligned. This 4,700 square foot home has 4 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, and a home office. This once dated property has been completely reimagined with great design and smart execution. Jamie and Kevin, welcome to SoFlo Home Project.
Thank you.
So excited to have you both here with us today. It's not often that we get to bring both the designer and the build to get that design build synergy together in one episode. So we're gonna tour through this gorgeous home that you both worked together on today. And before we jump in, I would love to get a little bit of the backstory of this particular project.
Sure, so we ended up looking at this property. We really were amazed by the views that are here. So what we ended up deciding to do was to really transform this house to something amazing. That's when I contacted Jamie and started talking to her about the project, see what we can do with it, and start throwing around ideas, and that's kind of how we got started on this.
No, I love it. And you guys work together a lot and partner together in a lot of projects, right?
Yes. We usually start with inspirational images. So this was a full gut renovation, pretty much just the walls and the ceilings left. But that being said, there's some elements like structural columns and those type of things that we need to work with. So you start just diving into inspirational images and coming up with a theme that'll work with the space.
It almost has a very timeless, chic, modern, organic feel, which is so beautiful.
And it's a spec home too, so you want to appeal to the masses. You know, you want everyone to come into the space and go, I feel like this could be my home.
Yes.
You know?
So when you're working on a spec home, are there times where you thought maybe we should add color? I love this neutral mix of textures.
I don't think it was necessarily adding any color, it was how much detail to add or not to add. You know, there were some inspirational pictures where we had the wood going underneath the staircase and wrapping around, but once again, if it's an existing condition, where do you stop that? So it creates its own other challenges when it's a renovation.
Yeah, we had a bunch of conversations on how to terminate some of the wood paneling, some of the wallpaper.
And these are all big
Holly's
decisions.
Yes, design it for current times, you know, how we actually have it laid out where the kitchen's an open floor plan into the family room, all of those design details.
We had a big fireplace right here where we're standing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's
Huge.
yeah.
And I was
which
like,
totally was killing the view. You'd come in, you'd see the back of the fireplace, just not very pleasant to see.
Just didn't bring that welcome.
forgot about that.
Correct, yeah.
So like when design, architecture, build, it's all about you're experiencing this home from a series of different moments, from the moment you are outside the door. This brick-like wall kind of goes from the exterior in, I think creates such a strong, nice visual element.
Yeah. So on the whole exterior, we really wanted, you know, something more modern, but not a cold modern. So I call it like, you know, a warm modern feel. And I like to carry a lot of my products that I use on the exterior, interior. So that's why we have that wall coming in from the outside in, and you have a big glass to be able to see it from both sides in and out.
And then Jamie, in here we see the columns clad with the wood and all of these like additional materials brought through.
Yes, definitely. Even some of the floor material, when we have it here, we try to bring it outside as well. It's a different texture, so we don't slip outside, but so that your eye follows through from inside to outside.
I love the large format, sort of matte finish. The color is like that perfect sandy tone.
Yeah.
And are you finding also in terms of like when you are working on spec homes in particular, the look of strong veining, but at this kind of very soft, kind of like subtle feel. Do you feel like that's sort of the sweet spot for flooring right now?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Everybody I think is okay with this type of floor, something a little bit more neutral. It's not overbearing, so.
You could bring in all the veining vertically in other areas.
Which we
for
did.
Sure. Now staircase as well. bronze glass, and even above here, that hint of bronze, just brings this together in such this warm feel. So that decision, clear versus bronze, was it an immediate yes on the bronze?
From day one, we
Absolutely.
we were looking at some images and we were both like, let's do this.
And that we could carry that color throughout the space, and the accessories, obviously the windows as well, but that warmth that it brings to the space versus a green glass.
That great connection.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about furnishings right here. Again, natural stone, woods, textured fabrics layered together.
So we wanted to, exactly like you said, bring the colors palette to life here and keep it neutral. So once again, this is your view. This is a unique floor plan kind of layout. So once again, you have to play with scale and furniture and how you lay everything out.
So we briefly touched on the dining room, and I can't wait to check that out. I mean, what a great entertaining space here.
Perfect, let's go see it.
All right, stay with us. Coming up, creating an inviting dining room with a soft, natural, and neutral look on SoFlo Home Project.
So obviously here at USA Windows and Doors, we do multiple streams of advertising, but one of the most effective types of marketing that we have is called canvassing. You'll see these people in your neighborhoods, you'll see them walking around, and the most important part is to understand, they're not there to bug you, they're there to help you. They're there to help you understand the value of Impact Windows and Doors and roofing, but more importantly, they're there to answer your questions, they're there to help you. So they can help you set up a no obligation appointment to have one of our consultants come out and show you all the incentives, all the benefits, and all the savings that you can get. And remember, it doesn't cost you anything. They're there to help you. So remember, here at USA Windows and Doors, we're not about playing games. We're here to offer you a completely transparent quote that will give you all of the incentives up front. We don't do a lot of the things that the competitors do with the bait and switch. They give you a low price to get you hooked, and then they tell you middle way through the process or toward the end that you're gonna need additional permitting or additional engineering or additional cost that you're gonna be stuck with at the end. So remember, if you see one of our canvassers in your neighborhood, feel free to open the door, ask them questions. They're there to answer your questions, give you information, and help you make it a very intelligent decision. Yes, ma'am. So when you're ready to order your windows with USA Windows and Doors, give us a call.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to tour this gorgeous Fort Lauderdale spec home with interior designer Jamie Blomquist of Jamie Blomquist Interiors and Kevin Crusalat of CKA Construction. So we've been talking about the synergy of great design and build together and how you create spectacular results like this home we're seeing here. So before the break, we saw sort of the main kind of formal, informal seating area, lounge space, and now right behind us, it opens up to this gorgeous dining room. The great room expands from the living room into the dining room. A serene dining space was created using natural, neutral elements. When you were doing the space plan for the home, you had said there was like a large fireplace somewhere over here.
Yes.
So is this sort of the natural dining room that was there and kind of making it all work, carving out the space?
Yes, it was originally the dining room space. So once we removed that, then we had to kind of understand how we were going to present this space, because it is a little bit different than the living space. And when you walk in the front door, it's under a different ceiling height. So I wanted it to kind of flow into the dining room here.
I love this sort of loungy setup. I think about a lot of almost like it's kind of like a very hospitality-like vibe, like you're at a great hotel enjoying a meal and everything, just like a great spot to sit and also lounge beforehand.
Like a boutique hotel.
Yes,
yeah.
I love this. So now in here, there's a lot of great built-ins.
Right. So yeah, with the millwork was one of the big, pieces that we had to really discuss and get involved in a lot of the specification aspect of that. I bring all of my millwork in from Italy, so there's a big coordination aspect going on there. And then just getting the right color that Jamie had selected. We went through a bunch of different samples, making sure they're the right tones. One of the companies that we partner up with in Italy also supplies the doors, and they work in unison with those same wood panels.
Seamless.
As designers, we love when everything has that consistent match.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
The fact that the doors,
As
the
builders
millwork,
as well.
everything, yeah. all in one, and so much coordination.
Yeah, constantly measuring, constantly checking specifications just to make sure that everything is perfect, and or else, for the execution to be done right.
Yes. Now, I love the light fixtures and the large scale of these. You really played with the scale so beautifully.
Absolutely. Well, it's a focal point from the living space, and there isn't any chandeliers over there.
So
we
this
wanted,
is it.
yeah, and it's even playing with the large accessory, it still all works. Everything is scale and design.
Yes. I want to talk a little bit about things like the lighting, and we've got the speakers and all of that. Like, how much time of coordination on that, like getting this just right? This is not an afterthought. This is an
we
intentional
designed it
plan.
together.
Yeah, there's quite a bit just to make sure the lights are in the right location. I mean, we kept having discussions about lighting layouts. Is it too much? Is it not enough? You know, art lights. We have the design aspect and the constructability. So all these things, I kind of have to put them all together and make sure that they all work properly together.
Sometimes people forget about the furniture portion of it, or where this table is actually going to land when I put that cabinet.
Right, so all of this has to line up.
Absolutely. With cabinet was great because we both like finish each other's sentences, you know? And sometimes he won on some things and sometimes I won on some things, you know what I mean?
I love that
But
balance.
I think it looks great, the end product.
Everything is just lined up just perfect, just right.
And not all builders care to do that, you know? They just kind of want to get it done, and it really helps when you have a teammate to say, okay, what do you think about this? Or what have you seen, you know, that maybe a little bit different than what I've seen,
Right.
you know? It's a collaboration.
We really try to make these houses perfect and really think about all the little details that make a difference. You know,
Yes.
a lot of things are ignored in projects. So the recess base is a great example, something different, something subtle, keeps a nice clean look in the modern homes.
Yes.
So we approach those here. All our receptacles and switches, we strategically placed a certain type of color.
All
How-
intentional.
Yeah.
What, it's an
all
accent.
intentional.
Yeah.
How our blind selections are, how all those little details that kind of just really makes the final product correct.
Design and build is in the details, always. So we are going to continue looking at all of these beautiful details and check out more of a loungy space. I'm seeing a great wine room over there.
Yeah, let's go take a look.
All right, stay with us. Up next, we learn how to turn a wine room into a stunning focal point on SoFlo Home Project.
We're up here in a roofing installation on a beautiful South Florida day. Hi, I'm Mike Martinez. I'm with Volt Home, and we're going to be talking about roofing today. So eventually, all homeowners have that difficult decision. Is it time to change my roof? At Volt Home, we try to make that experience as painless as possible. We're here with handling the appointment, your estimate, which is free, by the way. We'll do the permits, your HOAs. We take care of everything for you. When you're ready to get your new roof, we'll put a beautiful metal roof, tile roof, shingle roof. Only the best quality can go, and only Volt Home offers the lifetime warranty on most of its products. When it comes to roofs, a lot of homeowners are concerned about the cost. Well, at Volt Home, we're here to ease those pains. At Volt Home, we work with all the popular programs, whether it be conventional loan, whether it be a PACE loan, we even handle home equity lines of credit. No matter what type of roof you have, even if you want to change your roof, from tile to metal, from shingle to metal, shingle to tile, we can handle it for you. We're complete roofing experts. At Volt Home, integrity built in, quality you can see, roofing done right. So when you're ready to do your roof, give Volt Home a call. We'll give you a free estimate, whether it be for tile, shingle, metal roofs, we do them all. Check us out, volthome.com.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing our tour of this gorgeous spec home here in East Fort Lauderdale with Jamie Blomquist of Jamie Blomquist Interiors and Kevin Crusalat of CKA Construction.
Correct.
So we are so happy to be able to see the synergy of great design and build together, and that's why we've been kind of exploring this theme all day as we've kind of went through the first floor and sort of the entertaining spaces as you walk off of the great room. This sort of tasting room, wine room. I love this space. The wine room completes this great room's entertaining spaces, both stylish and functional. It is the focal point that truly makes a statement.
So I was kind of really big on having this type of space. And I was like, all right, Jamie, design something for us.
And then originally it was a dining room. with a big wall, so it was kind of walled off. And
closed
the first
off,
concept,
yeah.
we just needed to open it, you know, but we still wanted that separation with the glass panel.
Yeah, I love the glass. And what's so cool about that too is that it's sort of like it gives the illusion of the privacy, but you're still very much open to the space and the view.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And when you walk in the front door, you're not spilling right into this area.
Yeah.
The feel that what I wanted to accomplish there was really, as you come into the space, I want an open feel, but there's a section that kind of becomes too open. You know, imagine
Right.
this whole section just be completely open wouldn't really make sense. So that's why we created that glass wall. Still gives you that open feel, a little bit of a tint to give you that privacy.
Yeah.
And then on constructability, you know, we come in, we really take out measurements of the finished wall, so it comes at the end of the project. But the color tone selections, how many panels we're going to do of glass. We checked our manufacturer, see, all right, we can do 2 panels at X size or 3 panels at whatever. And then even your frame selection. You know, what color are we going to do the frame? So we match it up with the black or the bronzes.
So many different details. I love the 3 panels here. It doesn't, you know, where the line is going to hit, you're thinking about how that's going to affect the space. So much thought, and just these details truly make the design. Here we've got that lower ceiling height, as we've seen in the dining. So it pops up for that area. You've got some more great light fixtures and a pair. Again, going with the planning, getting the layout just right to be able to set this all under the lights properly.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've had to play with the dimension of the cabinetry because there is actually wine refrigerators in here.
So you do have
need
the
the
storage,
depth.
yeah.
You have the storage for it, so you need the depth of that, and that pulls it over. And how do you work with the ceiling and center line of the
Clearances
window?
around the chairs, a lot of
everything like
stuff.
that. Yeah, yeah.
I love that you also gave moments for display, like, and all of these things. So it's not just wine, you're kind of getting a mixture of things for visual interest.
Yes, it's visual interest for sure. Absolutely.
And now we've got a window in the front, and of course sun control is a big thing too.
So yeah, we integrated obviously all our lighting, shade controls, audio, sound, everything is on one system and it's complete. So every room has speakers in here, our exterior patio as well. So we really kind of try to incorporate everything and have it all automated and controlled. That was one thing too, like just little accent lights everywhere. You know, I wanted to put like little toe kick lights. All our mirrors have lights. Just those little details, that little accent, I think goes a long way.
Yes, speaking of accent lights, there is a fabulous powder room that's right kind of tucked away here. I mean, we've got not only great tile and stone, but the mirror, the toe kick, all of that. So like that creates this vibe, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just a different feel.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it's open to the common space, so you want it to be phenomenal.
It's like a mother of pearl sort of ombre mosaic. It's
Yeah,
so beautiful.
Absolutely. And we have the lighting on the top and the bottom that cascades on the tile.
So it sort of gives it that glow. And I also love the pendant lights, kind of this sort of multi-pendant light that's in there too. I think, again, the asymmetrical feel of that, kind of it offsets everything you're seeing with the beauty of the vanity and the mirror and the lighting, and then you kind of, it fills in that space.
Yeah, absolutely. So this didn't feel open.
Yes.
You know.
So this has been a really nice kind of class on beautiful symmetry and asymmetry and how to balance out the
Scale,
space.
yeah.
You've done such a nice job scaling all of these things to
Thank you.
really fill the areas in just such a nice way.
Another thing too, with like the powder room, one of the big things that Jamie and I kind of always focus on too is make sure it's like, all right, the door's open. What am I seeing?
Yeah.
You know, it's not just, okay, the powder room is gorgeous, it looks awesome, but it's, you know, what you're seeing visually as you're approaching the space.
Right. The powder room, that door is usually open. You're seeing it
Yeah.
from everywhere. You're passing it constantly in the path, and that impact of the beautiful tile and the vanity and the lights.
Yeah.
So we've seen all of the entertaining spaces, but there's one more part of that, and that would be the kitchen, the heart of this home, another beautiful space to check out. So let's go take a peek. Let's go. Stay with us. Next, great design and craftsmanship go hand in hand to create a beautiful kitchen on SoFlo Home Project. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are on the last stop of our part 1 of this home tour, joined by Kevin Kurslot and Jamie Blomquist. So we're talking design, build, synergy to create a beautiful home like you guys did here. And we've seen a lot of the entertaining spaces, but right now the kitchen also just fits in with part of that. Steps away from the great room, we find the heart of this home. Smart design and expert craftsmanship were combined to create a balanced and beautiful kitchen.
part of the design that we did was to have the family room and the kitchen kind of incorporated next to each other and create another, just another entertainment space.
Yeah.
As we all know, people love to congregate in the kitchen, so we did a very open space where you can hang out, have plenty of seating.
Yes, and I love that in this particular layout of the home, it just kind of like rounds this corner.
Flows.
And you get something a little closer to the outdoors and another great view, and it's just like such a nice, like it's tucked away, but it's still open when you need it to be.
Yeah.
And we used the one tone of the cabinets here, so it went seamlessly around. Instead of look at me spots, it more flowed into the space.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because when we talk about the different materials in here, there are a lot of great detail in the materials, cladding walls, floor, surfaces, right? But it's a kind of knowing where to keep it cohesive versus where to accent.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did that with a large waterfall edge and the detail on the front of the island here. I wanted it to be something a little different than just the waterfall edge detail.
I do love this. This is like a nice chunkier piece here. It's like you think about normally it's just a thinner piece. It kind of grounds it nicely because it's a weight.
Yeah.
We are going to go into more detail next week as we explore the kitchen and all the great features and even hidden features.
Yes.
So I want to thank you guys for today.
Thank you.
This has been so much fun to just kind of see this great synergy between design and build and the two of you, how you work together to create beautiful spaces.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So we hope that you enjoyed part 1 of today's home tour and got lots of inspiration when it comes to designing interiors that bring that warm, modern, and even organic touch to a space. And we look forward to seeing you again next week for another all-new episode of SoFlo Home Project and for the part 2 of this great tour. And we will see you next Saturday morning at 11:30 on the one and only Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloShows.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.
This has been a presentation of WPLG Local 10, the leader in local SoFlo programming.